Hey guys, ZeusCat5201. I just finished recording a Pershing video where I was brawling with that IS-6. Haven't seen that? You should go check that out right now. So yeah, this is my Super Pershing tank review because, oh, I got it and it's awesome. So, I don't know if I really want to compare stats for this one and mostly just tell of how I found it was and just kind of look at its stats and stuff. So yeah, first of all, I absolutely love this tank. I have so much fun playing it, and it's, even though people seem to really hate it, I find that it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun to play. I don't find that it's a bad tank at all. And yeah, I mean, one thing I really love is this spaced armor. That's really nice. I guess let's get into the stats and stuff. Hit points is 1,500. Since I haven't really been up in tier 8 stuff, I don't know exactly about that kind of stuff. How good is this thing's hit points? That's tier 6. I don't know. But I guess just in my opinion, I think that the hit points are good. It gives me a pretty good amount of durability and allows me to kind of go into the fray and not worry too much. It's not like I'm like a moss or something like that ridiculousness. But it's good enough to let me brawl with other tanks and be able to keep on going and stuff. Weight load limits, don't really care about that too much, so I'm just gonna skip it. Okay, engine power speed limit and traverse speed. Okay, this is where the Super Pershing is not very good. The Super Pershing's engine and stuff is not something very good. It's a tier 6 engine. That's not good. Like, I find that I can get, it's not as bad as like the wiki makes it out to say, where like where like all the stuff that relies on being speedy is crap. I would say no, that is not true, because while it is fairly slow, I find that it still can move around the battlefield quick enough to be able to support different areas and just kind of be able to do that kind of stuff. It's not like it's super slow or anything, though it is fairly slow, I'll say that. Hull armor and turret armor. Even though the hull armor, it seems like the hull armor is a ton better, I find that the turret armor is much better because, well, first of all, the spaced armor. The normal turret is the 101 millimeters of frontal armor, and then you also have the gun mantlet, which is even more than that. I think that's a ton more than 101. So if you shoot someone in the gun mantlet, well, good luck with that. And then also there's spaced armor there as well, meaning that basically trying to shoot someone right where the gun is a bad idea. That would be very tough to do. I find that if you're going up against a Super Pershing, you gotta aim for like here, I suppose, or you're gonna want to aim like under the turret, or just aim at the hull armor. That's your best bet when fighting a Super Pershing head to head. unless your gun penetrates a lot. But and then also has the spaced armor over here as well, meaning that a lot of times people will shoot and it'll penetrate through the spaced armor, but because it hit that and went through, that decreases its speed much more. The velocity of the shell is now hardly anything compared to what it was. I mean, a lot of times it still will go through and stuff, but that's I find that that doesn't happen a ton unless they are like big tanks and stuff that are pretty much meant for wrecking other tanks, like, well, TDs. But yeah, a lot of times it'll go through the spaced armor and then hit the turret and not do any damage because of that spaced armor makes it the shell slow down tremendously. And then also a turret is actually fairly well curved and sloped, so if it does go to your turret and it still has enough penetrating power to go through, there is a chance that you might be able to bounce it off. So I find that the turret is is a very good source of protection. If you can, try and go haul down, maybe that could be helpful, but it doesn't have to. It can still just be, you know, out on the battlefield without having to hide behind a rock or something. So that's what I have to say about hull armor and turret armor. It's pretty good. Standard shell damage and standard shell penetration. Everyone says this is really bad and stuff, and while I do see where they're coming from, it's not the best stuff out there. I mean, usually you don't get like 128 penetration or 180 shell damage. Usually you get more with the top of these, and with shell damage I've sometimes done like 500 damage in a shot. Don't know how that works. Sometimes I just get ridiculous amounts of penetration, but I think, as I said with my brawling with the IS-6 video, the gun isn't great, isn't the best, it's not the worst. It's good enough to go up against what it has to, because this thing will actually never see tier 10, even though it's a tier 8, because it has special matchmaking. It will only see 9, 8, 7, and 6. Yeah. So, this thing will never see any kind of tier 10 stuff. So, like the hull armor, turret armor, and shell damage and penetration, that's all good against anything it has to go up against, except maybe like really heavily armored tier 9s or tier 8s or something like that. But this thing usually, it does its job, I think. Rate of fire, I actually have a gun rammer attached. I have a bunch of stuff attached, a lot of complex stuff, because I'm probably always gonna have this thing around. I'm never gonna sell it. I feel that if I put on some complex equipment, it doesn't really take away from anything. So yeah. The rate of fire I have right now is 7.32. That's with let's see, who's the loader here? He's the driver. Radio operator. There's the loader. Yeah, he's at 89%. And I have a rammer. When I first got this, when everyone was at 50, this was at, and I didn't have the rammer, this was at 10, wait. Oh wait, that's rounds per minute. I have no idea what that translates to. I think that's like 8 seconds or something, or I think my loading time at my last match was like 8 seconds or something like that. But when I first got this, it was like 10 seconds. So you do have to think about that when you're shooting other tanks, because this has quite a long reload time. At least I think so. I don't know. I've been spending time with like the Jackson and VK and stuff where those things reload times are not that bad at all. Like, where's Jackson's? Actually, the Jackson's is almost near identical. Actually, what about the VKs? Okay, yeah, the VKs craps all over the Super Pershing and Jackson's rate of fire. Turret traverse speed, like, it's better than the Jackson, but not as good as like the Sherman or something. But the turret traverse is, well, it's slow, but you know, it's good enough. It's not like it really matters a whole lot. Mostly because, you know, most of the time you're gonna have, oh, RBY. Just a second, let me talk to him. Second, doing a short video. Okay, that's funny. Did you reply? Yeah. Okay, I'll finish up this real quick. View range, oh my gosh. I don't know, I just hate the view range for this thing. I'm not even sure if it's good or bad, but I think it's pretty bad. Oh, actually, it's not. I don't know, it's not that bad. I guess it's middle of the road and stuff, but I have attached the coated optics to help me out a little bit with that too. Signal range, I really like that. It has a let's see. Oh wow, that's a lot of signal range. Oh, tier 9 radio. That's why. Oh, what is this? Tier 7, tier 8 radio. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah. Yeah, this thing's pretty good for a radio like that. But yeah, it has a tier 10 radio, and that's pretty nice having that radio on this thing, because that means that you can usually ask anyone for help pretty much anywhere on the battlefield, because 745 meters of signal range, that's quite a bit. I think 100 meters is 1 square on the minimap, so that's almost all of the minimap. So if you're sitting in the middle square of the minimap, you can send messages to almost anyone on your team. So yeah, that's what I think about that's stats and stuff. And as I said before, I love this tank. It's so fun to play. It's so fun, you know. I'm glad I made the purchase. Anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed this World of Tanks review. And I guess it's time for me and Robbie. Robbie. I don't know, every time I see RBYs and RBY, I always think of Robbie. I don't know why. It just looks like it, I guess. That's weird. Huh. Anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed. I guess I'll have to go do some matches with RBY now. So, I'll see you guys later. This has been DeuceCat5201, signing out.